These 4 glitch effects are really fun to make and look really awesome. So let's see how we can make them. I have 4 clips right here. All of them have this cyberpunk theme, which is great for these glitch effects. Like we learned, we don't want to use videos that are chill for an effect that is so extreme. So let's start with a simple glitch effect. I'm going to drag my clip right in. This is what the clip looks like. And I just want to add that glitch in between the video. So make a new adjustment layer. Add it right above. And I'm just going to call this glitch warp. Extend the glitch warp effect over your video. And I'm just going to duplicate it for later use. So on the first layer, we're going to add the wave warp effect, which is in the effects panel. Add it right above, and you can see that we got these wavy lines over the subject. But we just want to turn these waves into a more geometrical shape and therefore get like a glitch effect. Go to the effect controls, wave warp. First of all, change the type into noise down below. Next, we want to increase the height and the width. So height, just keep going until you get like something like this. Width, we want it to be less than the height. So I guess I'll go with 150. So this is what it looks like now. Let me turn this to 200. So height is 200, width is 150. Now turn pinning into all edges, so we don't get those black bars. And then we want to turn the direction to 0. So now we get these lines. So once I have this, I can experiment with these sliders. Maybe get like a larger one, a smaller one. So I have this right now. This is what my noise looks like. And once you have this, you can really experiment with the different types. So this is noise. If you want something more geometrical, go into square and pin all edges so we don't get that black bar. We have square, we got circle, we got smooth noise. Really up to you. It's just a matter of changing these. All right, so I'm going to turn mine to square. Turn this height to 200, width to 150. Let's actually try to make it a little bigger. All right, so I got this cutout effect. You can also change the direction to get like a weird look. And that's the whole point. You're trying to get a irregular, weird effect. So once I have my weird glitch effect, I'm going to make more adjustment layers on top. So let's make another one. Call this color. Add this right above. Because right now it's looking really normal. And glitches are usually a sign of something irregular. So go to effects. And we're going to get the VR digital glitch that we learned about earlier. Add it on, and now you can see it's looking a lot better. Go to the effect controls and adjust this to however you like. So open up distortion, and we got some options here. You can make it really big. And if you extend this, distortion X, Y, and Z, distortion rate, work with that. Let's go for like something really crazy, 66. And we can do like a color evolution too. So make a keyframe for color evolution, move forward, and like do like one cycle. And now it's gonna do something like this. Let's make some noise effects as well. And add some scaling as well. So scale, I kept it to 78, make a keyframe for evolution, move forward, and just change the way it looks. So we're going to get a crazy effect. The closer these are, the better. I'm going to pull them in close and get a weird result. All right, once I have this, I'm going to add another effect control. Adjustment layer, I mean. Add it right above. Let's call this chroma, just to separate the RGB values. Add this right above, increase the length, and get the chromatic aberrations right on this adjustment layer. So that's going to separate the RGB values, and you can again work with how they look. So get more red, more green, remove from the blue or add to it. These are all optional. You can also invert the fall off to get a different result. I think I will invert mine and we can work with the distance. 92 is good for me. So once we have this, we're just going to grab all three, right click, group. So that means when I grab one, I end up grabbing three. And now we just want to cut this into chunks and have the video glitch over time. So just select one of these, Command K, make really short cuts. So once you made your cut, count 4 frames, make another cut, move forward, make another cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just really short random numbers. Another cut, 3 frames, and that's pretty good. Once you're done, just ungroup it. We did this so the cutting would be easier, and then get rid of the middle sections. So we have those really tiny instances of the glitch. So now when I play it back, we suddenly get these interruptions on the video. If you bring them in closer, it's going to happen faster. And we can also duplicate these adjustment layers to get more of these interruptions. So here I'm going to highlight all 3, alter option, and just make really random positionings for this video. So I get these interruptions. And of course, you really want to make sure they're random. Make sure the spacing is really different so it doesn't look that staged. And all right, I got my glitch effects. Let's pull them back. And since these are adjustment layers, I can always go back and change the amount into something else. To sell the effect, I just got a TV glitch sound effect and I put it right underneath and make the cuts based on the time that these glitches appear. So let's move this forward, matching it with the audio underneath. Delete the areas in the middle. Let's continue this and just get the most natural results for our glitch video. Now you can use this in music videos, or if you have a short film and there's a evil robot, you can use this glitch effect. They're highly customizable, so you can just make it the way you want it to. And there's our glitch effect. So this was the first one. It's really simple, and you can just work around with these settings even more. Now let's take a look at another effect, which is pretty easy, but we're going to be doing something that looks a little like the first example, but it'll be more liquid. So we won't be getting these geometrical shapes, but some liquid twists in the background. I'm gonna rename this to glitch. Click away, close this off, and get our second video. So make a sequence from your second clip, and it really helps if there's something in the back that is, that is going to grab the audience's attention. I'm gonna call this liquid. So I have this clip right here. We got some flickering TVs in the back and these glowing pink graffiti. So what we're going to do is to duplicate this. I'm going to enable snapping for this. Alter option, click and drag right above. Go to the effects panel and look for the turbulent displace effect. Add it on your duplicate. So you're going to get this wobbly effect on your subject. Let's go into effect controls and work with the way it looks. So you can work with the type of displacement. This is turbulent. We got bulge. Looks like little circular things. We have twist. Got like the smoother options. Vertical displacement. Horizontal and cross displacement. So these are like going up and down, either horizontally or vertically. I will go with twist. I like these lines, but again, it's optional. Work with the amount. If you add to it, you're going to get more twist, which in my case, I do want a lot of it. I want to get a crazy look. And then we can work with the size. So this is pretty big. I want mine to look really tiny like this. Maybe like 50. It's pretty good. You can work with the offset if you want these wobbly things to change over time. But if you want them to be stable, then don't do anything. But I'm just going to make a keyframe for evolution, go to the end of my timeline and make it do like 2 rounds. Or maybe 3 rounds. It depends on the speed that you want. So right now, if I play this back, we get this wobbly effect that is changing over time because of the evolution. We can also make a keyframe for offset so that the shapes, the placement of these new shapes change over time as well. So make a keyframe for the default values and then we can like change things up. So let's just pull this all the way there and pull this in another direction. So now these guys are just changing and we are getting that liquid effect. All right, once we have this, we're going to grab the pen tool, hide my layer for a second, and just mask the subject because they're not supposed to be a part of this. Go to the beginning of your timeline and make a mask around your subject and their dog. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to feather it out. And the whole effect is supposed to look crazy, so nothing needs to look super clean. If you zoom out, you can see the end. And now when I bring back my layer, we can just get the effect on the background. Just make sure to invert it and then feather things out. Let's go for like 100. Mask expansion is also favored here, -30. Forgot the negative. -30, and now my subject is saved from all this crazy effects. But now we need to track the mask, which isn't going to be that hard because the subject is sitting and it's just the camera moving back. So I'm just going to hide turbulent displays for a second and focus on the mask. So grab the mask, make a keyframe for mask path, move forward, and if it moves, we gotta pull it to the new position. All right, so grab your move tool, click and drag to select multiple points and push them in their new position. It's getting smaller over time because of the camera's movement. Go forward again. As you can see, I'm just like pulling them up, changing a few of these keys as we go forward. Now, because it's getting smaller over time, I can use mask expansion keyframes. So let's go back to one of our keyframes. In the third one, I'm just going to make a mask expansion keyframe, match it with the one before, and here we can like remove more from this. So let's go with -40 and make this smaller over time. -50 would be better. Go to the next mask path keyframe, and I think that's good for this. So make a normal keyframe if you're not going to add a different value. And finally, we just want to go with like -60. Once we bring back our turbulent displace effect, you want to make sure that it looks clean. If not, go back and work with the individual points. But the video is short, and if you found that the tracking is too hard for you, you can just go into After Effects, highlight your videos, right-click, replace with After Effects composition, and then you can do a better tracking there. But as you saw, it was pretty easy. I got it done. Now let's work around with the way this looks. So you could leave it here and get this crazy liquid effect, but I want to take it a step further and make it look like it has some glitch involved. So let's make a new adjustment layer. I'm gonna call this liquid glitch. Add it right above, match it with the videos. Go to the effects panel and we're going to add the chromatic aberration effect. It's going to look like this. Invert the fall off so it's mostly focused on the surrounding and not the center. If your subject is in a corner, then you want to work with the point of interest. But mine is centered, so I'm going to leave it there, but let's see. No, we're pretty centered the whole way. If my subject moved, then I would have to make a keyframe for point of interest and like change it over time. Work with the different settings. I want to bring out more of the red. All right, and maybe some blue. So I get this purple greenish look. That's pretty good. On this liquid glitch, we're going to add like another effect. Let's try a little bit of glow. Go to effect controls. Reduce the threshold so we get a brighter look. So if the default is 90, let's try like 0.30 for threshold. Glow radius, I guess it's good. We can use tint color and make it like purple or any other color. All right, it's looking pretty good. The brightness is a little too much for me, so I'm going to reduce that by a touch to get a more natural result. And the saturation is good. So do all of your adjustments here. Once you're done, copy the mask that we made here by grabbing it here, mask 1, Command C, Control C on Windows, go to opacity, select it, Command V. So your subject is going to stay normal, but all the other effects are going to be there. And once you copy, you're also going to get the keyframes, so there's no worries on that. You can also try this on normal videos and make them look like a fantasy film. So you have like a landscape shot and then suddenly the sky becomes like this, and you can indicate that like the aliens are coming and things are about to get bad. This is also great for Halloween videos. So this is my glitch effect. It's looking pretty good and I'm pretty happy with it. You can add like a general color grading on top with another adjustment layer. I have to work with my points here for masking, but that's pretty easy to do. So this was our second effect. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at the third and finally the fourth effect. So I will see you guys in the next lesson.